guys! Today I thought it would be fun to, because it's so gross and rainy outside, I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of painting using, printing with paint, using only materials that you would find in your house. All the things I'm going to use today I found in my recycling bin. So what you're going to need for this project is a pencil. If you have it, a paintbrush, but it's not all that necessary. Some paper, a thing of water, paper towel or a towel of some kind, paint if you have it. If you don't have it, you can still watch this video and you can, on a day that's not like today, what you can do is do this whole project with water outside on the pavement and then it will just dry. But if you have it, paint. And then I have a couple of different things for my recycling. I have a plastic bottle that's got a 5-point bottom. And then anything with a top that has ridges on it like that. And my finger. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is take my pencil and sort of draw like a little tree. Because I want there to be, my tree is going to be, or my bush, going to be where a lot of my flowers end up. These are my branches. Okay. Once you have that, take your bottle that has the 5-point and pick whatever color paint you want to use for the flowers. What you're going to do is you're going to spread out your paint a little bit. I'm using blue. Spread out your paint. Take your bottle. You're just going to dip it in the paint. You don't want it to be too thick on there because otherwise it will be sort of gloppy, but you want there to be enough that will leave a print. It's going to look like that. And then choose where you want your flower. That one right there. And there's one flower. I'm going to do that again. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Do it again. Maybe I'll put a flower here. Do it again. Maybe I'll have one here. Maybe one up here. One more down here. Awesome. Okay, so you can put that bottle aside. And then you're going to take one bottle cap. And you're going to use the flat side. Whoop, that still had something in it. Use the flat side. I have some yellow paint right here, so I'm just going to dip it in my yellow paint. Try to get most of it off. We don't want it to be too thick. And then find the middle of your flower. Just give it a little print. I'm going to do that again. You can draw in the centers of the flowers. You can leave them blank. It's really up to you. Okay. So now I have my flowers on my tree. You can do as many as you want. You can use different prints from the bottom of different bottles. You can use a smaller bottle. It's totally up to you. So the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of grass across the bottom of my painting. So what I'm going to do now is take a different bottle cap that has those ridges on the side. And I'm going to take my paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can just roll it. But I'm just going to take a little bit of my green paint and I'm going to paint all those ridges. And you need to have enough paint on there that it's going to leave a print, but you don't want it to be so much. project is a little messy, beware. Okay. Alright, I've got my bottle cap painted. I'm going to put that in my water. And then I'm going to take, this is kind of the fun part, I'm going to take my bottle cap and I'm going to start on the edge and I'm going to roll it as best I can. And it's making sort of lines that look a little bit like grass. And you may need to go back and reapply some paint if you're noticing that your grass is getting a little sparse. You are going to have painty fingers after this. Alright, now I'm going to go back, hopefully finish off my grass. Almost there. Awesome! So I have some grass. You can do really any sort of greenery. Put that to the side. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a couple of butterflies flying around in the sky. And I'm going to do that using my finger. So I think I want my butterflies to be light green. So I'm actually going to take some of my yellow paint that I made the middle of the flowers with and some of my blue paint that I made my petals with and mix them together. Just see what kind of, it sort of makes like a very light green, which is one of my favorite colors. You don't need a lot. So, that looks good. I'm going to take my finger, which is covered in other paint, so I might try to wash it off a little bit. Dry it. Take my pointer finger, dip it in some paint, and then I'm going to make 4 fingerprints. I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm going to make one, kind of make like an X out of paint. 2. Then I need to spin it so I can do the top. 3. 4. Okay, there's one. I want maybe 2 more butterflies. Maybe one here. 1. 2. 3. And 4. And then I'm going to do another butterfly down here. Or maybe I'll do it, you know what? I'm going to do one landing on a flower. 1. 2. 3. And 4. And the last thing I'm going to do is go back and add a few little details with my pencil. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, give my butterflies little heads, little bodies, and little antenna. Let's do that here. And there's that. Maybe I want the middle of my flowers to be a little bit more, dynamic. I'm going to make up a different color. And this time I think I'm going to use my pinky finger, or maybe my ring finger. I'm going to put a few little dots in the middle of each of my flowers. You can do, just like Bob Ross would say, you can do whatever you want, whatever feels right to you. You can add some more petals to your flower, what you could do if you wanted to is take your bottle that you printed with and try to fit the petals in between the other petals. I like that. Maybe I'll do that with one more. Yeah. I'm thinking I need a few flowers in my grass. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green paint with my paintbrush. Make some stems coming up out of the grass. And then you could do this with your finger again, which I think I will do. Maybe I'll make these ones blue as well. And I'll just do make little sort of daisies. Yeah. My paper's a little wet from one of my bottles, but that's okay. And that's it. There's my painting. Didn't take me all too long. You can go back and you can color in the tree some more. You can add some more butterflies. You can add some wind or a sun. That would be fun. Anyway, enjoy.